Hello and welcome to today's webinar on unlocking lasting love, mastering the 5 keys to a stronger partnership with the Relationship Revival Roadmap. So, why is it that some moms are able to have super strong partnerships while others feel totally lost and alone? Why do some have such amazing connections and just deeply understand each other while others fight all the time and just feel completely misunderstood? And why are some couples able to have fun and have, well, amazing sex while others are frustrated and feel like transactional roommates that only care about logistics or who cares about what's happening with the kids or what's jobs are being done around the house? In this free workshop, I'll share the answers to these questions so you too can revive your relationship with your. Hi, I'm Kiri, and if you can see, I've got a little 1 day old lamb here sitting next to me as I do this presentation. So that is my life at the moment. But basically, I'm Kiri. I'm the founder of the Relationship Revival Academy and host of the recent Busy Moms Revival Bundle. Welcome to this brand new workshop. My purpose is to help moms revive their relationship with themselves so that they can have a stronger partnership, role model healthy relationships for their kids, and have more fun and connection along the way. Today's focus really is about discovering the roadmap that I've created for creating a stronger partnership. We are going to cover the first step today, which is going to immediately help you gain some clarity over what's preventing your partnership from being where you'd like it to be. Once you get this down, you'll then be able to start experiencing greater connection, communication, and intimacy. So, who is this training for? If you're a stay at home mom, but you aren't feeling connected, appreciated, respected, or understood, or if you're a working mom that is also feeling undervalued, unsupported, frustrated, stay with me because you're going to discover why moms like you and me can have a stronger partnership than you did before the kids, and why it's critical to get key number 1 handled right away. So, we're going to talk about key number 1 in a little bit. The goal of this workshop is quite simple. It's to help you easily revive your relationship with your spouse. Today, I'll show you the first step by helping you gain some clarity over what's really preventing you from having the partnership that you signed up for and having it where you would like it to be. And that will allow you to see what is possible for your partnership. Okay, warning. Before we dig into all this, I've got to warn you about something critically important. And not paying attention to this virtually guarantees further frustration. Right now, you might think that it's normal to feel a little disconnected from your spouse, or that maybe you don't need support because you're not in crisis mode. Or maybe even that seeking help might mean admitting that your marriage sucks. But what if it didn't have to be that way? What is getting in the way? I'm sure you'll agree that trying to revive your relationship isn't always as simple as some people make it seem. It comes with its challenges. But this fundamental shift that I'm going to talk about is one reason why this roadmap works so well. In fact, you might have already tried therapy or getting clarity in some other form, and it didn't work out the way you'd hoped. Maybe you've tried waiting it out, hoping that the issue will resolve itself. Or maybe you've read all the books and watched all the free trainings, but nothing has changed. Or maybe you've talked to friends, colleagues, even therapists asking for help, but they haven't actually experienced what you want. Maybe you wonder, can I really make this marriage work? If this sounds familiar, trust me, I get it. So many of us women have tried the exact same thing. We've heard that little voice of doubt in our head, wondering if it's actually possible. I mean, 50% of marriages end in divorce, so maybe yours is one of them. But I'm here to show you that it is, in fact, possible. And that's why in this video, I'm going to demystify the process of clarifying what's preventing your partnership from being where you'd like it to be, which will ultimately save you a lot of time and frustration. So, where do we start? It's called the Relationship Revival Roadmap. So, if you're feeling lost of where to start, this will serve you as a tremendous resource to eliminate that frustration and help you get super clear. Maybe you're a stay at home mom, or maybe you're a working mom. Either way, you're in the right place, because after this video, you'll know what's keeping your relationship stuck. So, you might be asking, why am I sharing this? I developed this roadmap for you because I saw so many moms become completely sidetracked, lost in the overwhelm of everything that's available out there, and becoming focused on the wrong things at the wrong time while trying to reconnect with their spouse. For example, I saw stay-at-home moms who were desperate to feel connected to their spouse, but they were so run down and tired that there was no mental space for intimacy. And if you're a working mom and you're constantly running around and tidying up after everyone else, you're probably not focused on key number 5, or even feel like you have time for it. I could go on, but I know us moms need clarity, because in full transparency, that was my story too. So, before I outline the relationship revival map and the specifics for each step, you might be wondering how I got into all of this and figured it out. Let me tell you so you can understand where it's all coming from. It started when my marriage was thrust into crisis after I learned of my husband's affair. I was 4 months postpartum, dealing with a colicky baby, postpartum depression. I was immediately forced into action. Do I want my marriage to work? Do I want my family to stay together? The answer was a resounding yes, I do. So I had to ask myself things like, how did I get here? How did this become our life? How could this have happened? I could easily have stayed in that place of, how could he do this to me? And if you've been in this same position, you've probably asked yourself that too. But instead, I chose a different path. I chose to take what I like to call radical responsibility for the role that I played in the unraveling of my marriage, and what I wanted for my life, my marriage, and my family. But I wasn't sure I could, because I didn't know if we could fix it. There wasn't any guarantees. I didn't know if he would do the work, or even if he wanted to do the work. And to be honest, I didn't know how we were going to find the money for therapy. We were in crisis. We definitely needed therapy. And on top of that, how are we going to find the time to even attend therapy? Because he was working full time. I was at home full time with 2 kids, and we had very little outside support or family around. If any of this sounds familiar to you, let me tell you, I know exactly how that feels. I felt heartbroken. I was alone, stressed out, emotional, and I even questioned myself whether I could do it. I was tired of spinning my wheels, and I knew that taking action ASAP and gaining clarity over the role I played in all of this was key to saving my marriage and keeping my family together. So I set out to find a way. Once I got past my objections and I began investing in myself, I started seeing massive growth. I set out to do this, and it happened. My marriage is better than ever. We prioritize our own interests and each other. We understand each other better than we ever have, and we've been together for 15 years. We are able to quickly resolve conflict, and sex is better than it's ever been. This ultimately allowed me to save my marriage, which is exactly what I was trying to do. And if you're ready to see what's possible for you too, you're going to love what's coming up. So, my plan, this story doesn't stop with me. In fact, this story is the beginning of why we are here today. Everything I'm about to share with you is the exact plan that I followed, which ultimately allowed me to save my marriage. And it has led me to experience profound understanding of what led us to this crisis point. More importantly, this means you'll experience deeper clarity and see what is possible for you too. And that's what I want for you. All moms could use a little clarity and direction, which is why I want to make this so easy for you. So, coming up, I'll share just how I do it. So, what are the 5 keys? Key number 5 is to prioritize your partnership. So that means taking it from the bottom of the to-do list to the top, taking radical responsibility, as I mentioned, in owning the role that you play in your partnership, because you own 100% of your half of the relationship. Number 3 is about being open, honest, and vulnerable. And that can be easier said than done. And it's a bit of a journey, but it's also very important. Number 2 is to stop expecting. We have such high expectations of ourselves and our partners, and really it just leads to disappointment. But today we're going to be focusing on key number 1. So, what is it? Key number 1, the key to reviving your relationship. I believe that the main reason relationships change so drastically when kids come along is you. You are the rock, the glue, the cement that holds this whole thing together. But when you become a mother, everything changes. As a mother, you no longer think about yourself. You become so focused on this new little being or beings in your life that you forget to look after yourself. You worry about making sure your new baby is fed, that they're clean, warm, well loved. Nothing else matters except that they do. You matter. Your partner matters. All of a sudden, you've gone from a family of 2 to a family of 3. Your partner no longer has the main seat. All of a sudden, you are touched out and couldn't stand the thought of being touched. How could you possibly be interested in your partner when you haven't had a proper sleep in a week and you smell like rotten milk and baby vomit? Not to mention, how could he possibly find you attractive when you look like that? Fast forward maybe 4 to 6 years, maybe you have a couple of kids now. Maybe they're at school, or maybe they're still at home with you. Maybe you're back to work, or maybe you're still at home. You're going through the daily motions of living life. You've got a routine of where you have to drive the kids and for what activities. You talk to your partner mostly about logistics, who's doing what and when. You're resentful because still, after all this time, he just doesn't get it. Why do you have to be the one who always sees what needs to be done? Why do you have to be the one that always picks up the slack? But you don't say anything because that will cause a fight and you're too tired to fight. So you just do the same thing you've always done. You sit on the couch at the end of the day pretending to watch something on TV, and you consider that your together time, but you're both on your phone scrolling aimlessly looking for something, but you're not entirely sure what you're looking for. Either way, you're too tired to do anything else. Now, if that sounds familiar, I'd like to take a moment to challenge that way of thinking. You spend your days doing this because that's what you've chosen to do, because you haven't considered that there are other options. You have a choice about how you spend your time. I suggest you spend time on what you actually want. Who do you want to be for your kids? What kind of marriage do you want to show is possible for your kids? Would you want your kids to have the life you have, or do you want better for them? No matter where you are on your relationship or mothering journey, you can have better. You can have what you want, but it requires work. It requires bravery. It requires commitment. It requires intention. It requires investment in yourself. You make the biggest impact on your partnership. You have the power. So, what are you going to do with it? I'd like to invite you to take an opportunity for reflection. You can pause this video, take a screenshot, do whatever. Write down these questions and answer them in a notebook of some sort. So, question 1, what was your relationship like before kids? 2, what did we used to enjoy on your own as a couple? What do you think is getting in the way of you having a strong partnership? That should say, how do you want your relationship to feel, or what do you want your relationship to feel like? Have you felt that way before? Because obviously, if you want your relationship to feel some way that you've never had, you can't invent something that never existed. Well, not in another person anyway. What kind of relationship do you want for your kids? Some things to ponder. Okay, so what's next? Before we get to the details, let's have a little step back for a moment. In order to revive your relationship, we've got to understand where you're working from. So, what is it about your relationship as it stands today that has you wanting more? And most importantly, why haven't you made the progress you know that you're capable of? Here's a fact for you. Old habits stop people from getting what they want more than anything else. They keep you stuck, and it happens on a subconscious level. Let's face it, I can totally relate to your relationship being at the bottom of the to-do list, that thing you kind of take for granted. And to be honest, a lot of successful partnerships go through moments of doubt. There are quite a few times where both my husband and I were questioning whether we were right for each other. I remember lying awake at night wondering if it was worth trying to fix my marriage. To make matters worse, because of what took place in our relationship, it was very challenging to talk about at first, because there are lots of people out there who say once a cheater, always a cheater. And what took place in our marriage was also very public. So I felt a lot of shame around even sticking around, and that I was being judged for that. So if you know how it feels to have someone close to you question your decisions, then you know what it's like. It's really tough. But I realized something. I could let this moment destroy my life. I could let it stop me from having the life that I wanted. And I could let my life be basically defined by it. Or I could tap all that energy and time I spent worrying into actually using that energy to get closer to my goals. Worrying takes a lot of energy, right? You know how worn out it makes you. So the good news is, if you feel this way, it's actually a good thing. It means you want more. It means you've got the strength that you need. You just need to harness it and use it in a better way. And nothing will make you feel better than taking action towards making your goal a reality. But what action do you take? I'll share that in just a moment. Okay, let's look at some facts. Every year, there are people just like you who are successfully learning to save their marriages and knowing whether or not it's worth saving, which is part of the question. There are so many people out there today who are available to support you with your goals. More people now than ever before. With all the tools, information, resources out there, it's never been easier. But I didn't say it was easy. Remember, old habits aren't easy to change, but with what's available to us right now is the absolute best time to make this happen, especially if you're committed to knowing how to save your marriage. Because more importantly, that will let you have the connection, the understanding, the love, the intimacy, and the best friend you so desperately want back. How would that feel? And think about having a community of other moms who are on the same journey as you, all committed to creating a stronger partnership, having more fun, and connection. This is the opportunity we have today, and it's why I'm so passionate about working with mothers and saving marriages. This is the reason why I created the Relationship Revival Academy. So, if you're a stay at home mom wanting to find yourself, connect with your partner, and stop feeling so resentful, or a busy working mom wanting to know how to prioritize your partnership again and still be able to get everything done, or even an empty nester who just doesn't know how to connect to your partner after all this time, this program is for you. So, what's included in the Relationship Revival Academy, and how will it help you revive your relationship easier and faster? It was specifically designed for busy moms. The content is available in bite-sized chunks, so you can work through the content in whatever time frame you have available. It's broken down by a new theme every month, and each month builds on the previous one. There are weekly trainings, monthly Q&A sessions, and challenges to support your needs as they arise, as well as a special bonus session, which is called Permission to Play, which is a session that really focuses on connecting with your inner creative and allowing you to focus on being present and having more fun. So, what you'll learn inside the Relationship Revival Academy and what is the roadmap? Here's a little view of the roadmap here. It's essentially your guide. So, the course to follow to achieve your desired outcome based on where you are in your relationship. So, each of the spots on the roadmap refers to a different space that you might be in your partnership. So, the things that you will learn inside the academy is tools you need to reconnect with your partner, tools to address conflict, learn strategies to have regular, honest conversations, understanding each other's needs, and being able to clearly articulate and communicate your needs in a way that your partner actually understands. Help you gain confidence to talk through issues and address problems as they occur. Learn tools to increase intimacy, even if you have different sex drives. Help you become the kind of role model you want for your kids and be the role model you wish you had. Learn to prioritize yourself even when you don't have any time. Learn to have fun again. Create a life that is aligned with your values and goals for the future. And ultimately, create the relationship you want. So, how do you access the Relationship Revival Academy? Well, as soon as you register, you'll get access to the private members area where you'll receive instant access to all the content. A schedule is available for each month, so you know exactly when each session will be made available. All sessions and Q&A are recorded and uploaded immediately. So if you can not attend live, there will always be a recording that you can refer to. The recordings are in video, audio, and transcribed, so you can read if that is your preference. For the best results, I do recommend at least 1 hour per week to go through the material. Of course, the more time you dedicate to the academy and the quicker you implement, the quicker you will see results. Although that also depends on your circumstances and all kinds of things. But the good news is that you'll have access to the material for as long as you are a member of the academy, so you can always go back and reference things as you need. And you'll be fully supported through with monthly Q&A calls, our private Facebook community, and bonus VIP sessions, which I will talk more about in a moment. So, is the Relationship Revival Academy right for me? Well, I want you to know this. The people who get the biggest benefit from the Relationship Revival Academy are those that are open to receiving support, the action takers, and those who are willing to challenge themselves and basically show up. Who shouldn't join the Relationship Revival Academy? The academy is for people who are committed to doing what it takes to have a stronger partnership, those who are willing to own the role that they play. If the intention and right attitude isn't there, then this program isn't for you, and it's best not to join. But let's take an objective look at the academy. Who won't do well with this material? Again, if you're inclined to blame others for your circumstances or would prefer to complain rather than do what's necessary, this is not the place for you. If you believe that your partner is the person responsible for your marriage being in the place it is, you're probably in the wrong place. The Relationship Revival Academy is for people who are committed to having a stronger partnership. So, bonuses. How else are you going to be supported through this process? I've just added on this brand new bonus, which is designed to help make it easier for you to get results once you jump into the academy. So, I want you to book in a 15-minute private intro call because I want to make sure that you know exactly where to start in the content and where you are on the path. So I want to personally discuss your relationship with you and assess what type of support you need. This is available to all new members, but it is only going to be available until October 15th. So that is this coming Sunday for anyone who joins the Academy at the regular monthly rate. But I'm going to talk about another option in a moment. So, this particular bonus is going to help you gain additional clarity so that when you come into the academy, you're not feeling lost and overwhelmed and unsure of where to start. So, if you are someone who struggles with that and you are worried that you won't know where to begin, this is the bonus for you. But if you're interested in more support and achieving your goals quickly, I invite you to consider joining the Relationship Revival Academy as a VIP. Not only will you receive all the same benefits that a regular Academy member will receive, but you will also gain access to me for two 30-minute private coaching sessions per month. And this is over a 6-month period. So, what that means, you can come along as a couple to those sessions or individually to discuss whatever it is that you are struggling with at the time. I'll work closely with you to ensure you are achieving your desired results. And not only will you get two of these sessions per month, but you will also get unlimited support via voice messenger, either on an app like Viber or Facebook Messenger or a similar platform, depending on what you use. Now, there are only 10 slots available for this, as if I overdo it too much, I will not be able to look after my own relationship and my own children. So this is on a first come, first serve basis. But I also want to make sure that being a VIP is the right step for you. So I invite you to book a call so that we can chat about that. There is a link here, but if you are watching the replay and you can't click on a button, what I invite you to do is simply send me an email back and we can get that call booked in for you. Because I do not want you to lock yourself in for this option if it's not going to suit. The other thing I want to talk about is a guarantee and my intention behind the Relationship Revival Academy. We talk a lot about being intentional inside the academy, and I want to make sure that you are clear on my intention. So my intention is for you to achieve the results that you want. Now, it's important to note that partnerships don't come with guarantees. I cannot guarantee that your relationship will work out, and nobody can. So if somebody's telling you that, they're lying. But I can guarantee that you will receive clarity, that you will receive direction, that you will receive unlimited support from me because I want you to succeed. I also know there's lots of too good to be true, fly by the night kind of promotions online. So you want to choose carefully who you learn from. So if you sign up as a VIP and you attend all the calls, but you don't feel like you're making the desired progress, or you feel like you haven't received enough from me, I will continue to work with you at no extra cost. So that means you can have the 6 months of coaching. You show up for all the calls, you do all the work, but you don't feel like you're getting there. We will keep working together. All right. Now, the price. By now, you've seen how the Relationship Revival Academy will work, what my intentions are behind creating it, and the goal for you. But you do have alternatives. So let's take a moment to have a look at what those are. What would it cost if you were to try and learn this yourself? How much time, energy, frustration will you experience trying to watch all the YouTube videos, follow all the experts, read all the books? Or you could try therapy at $100 to $200 an hour. You will talk to a therapist who will unpack your past. Now, don't get me wrong, therapy is important and certainly has its place. Remember, I went to therapy, okay? But therapy focuses on the past, whereas coaching, we focus on the future. Yes, we look at the past, but unless there is a huge trauma, discussions around the past are largely about developing an awareness and picking out the important bits to really highlight for the future that you desire. So you could also hire another coach. There are certainly plenty to choose from. So you have to choose the person that speaks to you and your needs. The final option and the worst one, what would it cost if you did nothing at all? If you stayed stuck, your relationship deteriorated, and it could lead to divorce. Did you know the average divorce costs $20,000? But there's another way. And when you add up all the hours you'd spend trying to do it alone, not to mention the frustration of not getting where you want quickly, well, you deserve to take the easiest, fastest route so you can feel connected again as soon as possible. And the way to get there is with the Relationship Revival Academy. The investment in the Relationship Revival VIP is $599. That's New Zealand dollars for 6 months. That's about $360 US dollars. We can discuss payment options if that's necessary for you via our 15-minute chat. To make the progress you want in your life, you've got to break your old habits. The way you're going to do this is by investing in this program. I'll walk you through the entire process, step by step, so you too can revive your relationship. How do you join? The doors to the Relationship Revival Academy will be closing at the end of this month on Sunday, October 29th. This is so that I can really focus on delivering content inside the Academy, focus on our new members, and, have quality family time. You can join the Relationship Revival monthly membership by heading to a website, which I will include in this email. And for the regular monthly membership, that is $27 a month. Again, that is New Zealand dollars. Okay, so that is all for today's session. Thank you so much for watching this, for sticking around to the end. You have until October 29th to join us. If you would like the additional 15-minute bonus call as a regular member of the Relationship Revival Academy, that is $27 a month. And you need to join us by Sunday, October 15th. But if you would like to join the regular or VIP, you will need to do so before October 29th when the doors close. Book using the link below, and I will chat to you very soon. Thanks so much for being here.